For some of us, this has been a season, while it's been crazy, it's been a good time for us to find some rest, maybe spend some time with our family, and maybe take some time to grow a little bit. Well, we're going to be talking about what it looks like to get back to the grind on today's episode of the Youth Worker Daily. Welcome back to the Youth Worker Daily. We're here at the Youth Worker Daily. Our hope is to encourage youth workers just like you with tools, tips, resources, and helps so that you thrive in your ministry. My name is Jay Hyam, and it has been a while since we've dropped a new episode, but since we are back to the grind, it's time for us to get right back to our daily posts right here at the Youth Worker Daily. So, glad you're taking a few minutes this Monday morning to check in with us, because today we are talking about the grind. What it looks like for us to get back to work. Now, like I said in the opening teaser, these last couple of months, 5-6 months, may have been a crazy season for us. I know in talking with youth workers, some of us have been extremely busy, or at least taking on more or new responsibilities as we kind of look at what it looks like for us to move our ministries from an in-person ministry to a online ministry. And for some of us, that's required us learning how to video and do editing and navigating Zoom and YouTube and other social media platforms so that we can continue to connect with our kids. But at the same time, this has been a great season for us to kind of step back a little bit because we're not doing the normal thing. Most of us probably were not in the office every day. A great many of us were probably not able to be with students on a regular basis. And so for some of us, it was a good time for us to take a step back, relax, catch our breath, find a little bit of rest, spend a little time with our families, and hopefully grow a little bit. In fact, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my leadership team, where I serve as the Director of Family Ministries. Our leadership, our pastors, have been very encouraging and very kind of, I don't want to say forceful, but strongly suggested that we use this time as leaders to take some time to find rest, to spend a few extra hours with our families, and to work on our own personal ministry, our own personal development, as well as our leadership development. And so these last couple months for me have been a really good time for me to kind of slow down a little bit and enjoy my family in a different way. Especially since so many summers in ministry are packed with mission trips and summer camps and student meetups and activities and bonfires and pool parties. Summer can be way more busy than the rest of the calendar year. So this year, I've been able to really enjoy being with my family at the encouragement of my pastors, and it's been a wonderful summer. So first off, thank you to my pastors. Adam, Tim, Ted, you guys have been great, and myself, my wife, Amy, and our family have truly benefited from this season of taking some time off to just focus on the things that are most important. So thank you for that. Now, if you are one like me who has seen these last couple months as a time for us to continue with our ministries, maybe we have been doing some more online stuff. Maybe we have been taking some time to be with our family. But the truth is, reality is that it's time for us to fire up the engines and to get things moving forward again. And so as I start thinking about that for me and my ministry, one of the thoughts that I had is, we just came through a great season where I've been able to work from home at least 3 days a week. I've been able to be with my family more. I've had a little bit more freedom in how I structure my day and my time with students and my time in the office. And all of that's been really good to help me move through these last couple months and actually feel somewhat healthy. It has been exhausting, I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing way more video work than I've ever done in ministry. We have finally gotten to a place where I've been able to do some one-on-ones with students and some one-on-ones with leaders, and so I've been filling my days with some of that. But it's been good though for me to kind of have an opportunity to focus on me through all of this time. And so as I think about getting back together with my leaders and my students and moving back into what it looks like for us to get back to the grind, I want to do that, but I also want to do that with some new thoughts and some new habits in mind. And so today what I want to talk about as we kick off this new season and as we move forward into the fall, with corona restrictions kind of being a little, in some areas they're lifting, in some areas we're waiting to see. What I thought I would do is ask the question, what are some new habits or what are some new practices I want to put into this year coming forward so that I can maintain to keep this balance of ministry and family and me time. So a couple things I thought of real quickly here as we move through this, and you can call these habits, you can call these practices, whatever you want to call them. But here's kind of three things that I thought of that I want to make sure I keep at the forefront as I move into the fall and begin thinking about getting back into ministry. The first one is this: I want to set goals for this season and this year. In other words, this time off, not that we've had time off, but this time away, it's been a great time for me to kind of think through what some of my priorities are in ministry, what some of my priorities are in the family as being a husband and a father. And it's led me to this place where I want to set a few goals so that I continue to focus on what is important. And so I'm not going to share any of my goals with you. I'm not going to give you any examples of what goals might be. Instead, I just want you to think about what it might look like for you to set a few goals for both yourself personally and for you professionally as a leader in your ministry. Some things that you can kind of put out there and say, here is what I want to strive for or what I want to work towards, and maybe here's when I want to see those things accomplished. You can set it up for the fall through December, or you can set it up for the entire calendar year, but set some goals for some things that you want to see happen over these next couple months. The second thing that I want to do is I want to make sure I am making time for myself. I want to make sure that I am continuing in this practice that I've started where I am taking time throughout the week to have a healthy quiet time, a healthy prayer time, and time for me to study and for me to read. And so this season has given me a lot of time for that. And it's helped me, I really think, get through all of this in a healthier state of mind. And so I want to make sure I am doing that moving forward. And so I want to make sure that I am setting aside throughout my week time for me to care for myself. And again, I'm not going to go into details as much as I want to challenge you and encourage you to set aside time for yourself. Lastly, set aside time for your family. Like I said, I've spent a lot more time with my family this summer than maybe I have spent with my family in years past because of busy youth ministry calendars. But it's been good for my family. I've got two that are college age. I've got one that's a senior, one that's a freshman in high school, and I've got one starting middle school. So I'm quickly being reminded on a continual basis here that my kids are growing up really, really fast. But this summer, we had all of them in the house. And we just enjoyed a lot of time together as a family. And I want to make sure that I take advantage moving forward, knowing that my kids are growing so quickly, to spend time with my family. So I would encourage you, as you move forward, don't go and jump into work and fill up your calendar with a bunch of ministry stuff. Make sure you are saving time, blocking time in your calendar so that you can be with your family. Okay, so there you have it. 3 quick things, habits, practices, ideas for you as you go back to the grind. Set goals for yourself this year. Make sure you make time for yourself so that you're growing mentally, spiritually, even as a leader. And you want to make sure that you are setting time for your family. Don't miss out. Don't lose what these last couple months may have afforded you in those areas. Make them part of your daily, weekly, monthly practice and continue to see these things as important things for you, for your life, and for your ministry. Guys, as always, we want to encourage you to make sure you are following us on our website, theyouthworkerdaily.com. You'll find more tips just like this, along with other resources, helps, and how-tos. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us at YTH Worker Daily. You'll use that handle for all the platforms, on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're there. Come and find us. And lastly, hey, if you haven't heard, we started a podcast this summer, kind of almost out of nowhere. But we are kicking off season 2 of this podcast this week, coming up on Thursday, September the 3rd. Join us as we kick off season 2 with our guest, Brian Lucas. If you're not familiar with the podcast, you're going to love it. Conversations with everyday youth workers. Look us up. Don't miss it. Come and check us out this Thursday right here at the Youth Worker Daily. Guys, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time right here on the Youth Worker Daily.